Welcome to Xtra, presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very sincere. You can follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Be sure to follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Check out the website as well. Xtra.vdgsports.com. Xtra.vdgsports.com. There's a YouTube as well. Like, subscribe, and share. Do whatever it is you do there. Everything is there. Everything is there. Comment too if you must or if you may. Comment too if you must or you may. This episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, everything in between, basically all things Vince. I'm almost back. I'm almost back. The mojo's almost back. The energy's almost back. Just continue to check it out. If you want to keep up, everything else, all things Vince is there. What I'm thinking, what I'm not thinking, and what I'm basically not doing. Basically, what I am not doing. Noobs, thank you for giving me an opportunity. That's all I can ask for. That's all I want. Regs, we back at it again. Regs, we do what we do. Regs, this feels like I say this all the time. This feels like this is every single day. This feels like a special, unique bond that we share and don't know the name for, but we feel it. We know what it is. And that's what I'm going to leave it at. That's where I'm going to leave it at. I definitely know where I want to go. I definitely know where I want to start. I definitely know where I want to go. Where I end up at, who knows? Who knows? IDK. I have no problem. I have no issues at all with receiving input, receiving suggestions, receiving advice from friends, from enemies, from everything in between. Acquaintances, peers, whatever the classification decides it is, it is. In other words, I have no issue with receiving advice or suggestions if it satisfy the outcome, if it satisfy the objective. And that doesn't mean that I'm shooing away advice. That means that I listen to it, I interpret it, I process it. But if it's not leading anywhere, or if it's not going to enhance the outcome of something positive or enhance the outcome of something that I'm trying to do or an objective, I'll let it be. I'll let it be. You might get bantered. You might get jokey jokes. You might get some form of, okay, this ain't gonna work. or okay, thanks, but no thanks. And but shooting it down without giving it a single thought, it's got to be pretty extreme. It's rare, but it's got to be pretty extreme. And if it's pretty extreme, you're doing it for a different reason. And I'll pretty much figure that out. I'll pretty much figure that out. I have no issue. I have no problem with taking advice or getting suggestions or looking at a different way to accomplish a goal or looking at a different way to do something. I'm always, anyway, trying to figure out a more efficient way of doing something. And I know for a fact that I don't know everything. Let me repeat that. I know for a fact that I don't know everything. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know. And I know what I want to improve on, and I know what I want to get better at. Basically, it's the same thing, right? Just saying it a different way. Basically, it's the same thing, just being said in a different way. Suggestions, advice can help me get to the objective better, more efficient, or somewhere in between. And I like to take in ideas, take in input, and see where it goes and see how, or to make it useful, to make it useful. The only, yes, there's an issue. There is an issue. One of the biggest issues that come to mind that I don't like about it, one of the biggest issues that come to mind that I don't like about advice, suggestions, and everything else is when I'm asked for my opinion, when I am asked for my advice, when I'm asked for my suggestion and I give it and it's not what someone wants to hear and they just shoo it away as if it's not worthy and as if I shouldn't have given it in the first place. That is something that I have to work on and get better at and be able to control what I need to control. Be able to understand and realize that I'm not going to fall for this again. I'm not going to fall for this again. If you want my advice, I'll give it to you. If you want my suggestion, I'll give it to you. If you want to know what I think about something, my opinion, I will give it to you. But don't ask for it when you don't want it, or don't ask for it assuming that it's going to line up and match up with yours, assuming that I'm going to agree. Uh-uh. I don't ride like that. I do not ride like that. I'm not a yes man. I am not a yes man. If you want somebody real, if you want the truth, if you want somebody to tell you when your clothes ain't it, your drip ain't it, your bag ain't it, them connects, uh-uh. If you want somebody to be straightforward, straight up honest with you, then you come to the right place. Then you've come to the right place. If you want someone to stroke your ego, if you want somebody to tell you all the things that you want to hear, you probably shouldn't ask me. You probably should not ask me because you will get the real answer. And if the real answer strokes your ego, know that it's deserved. And that's the thing. That's the good side of this for you. If my opinion, my answer, my suggestion, my advice is a net positive to you and your way of processing things out, know that it's genuine, know that it's real. And if it's negative in your way of processing it out, know that it is constructive criticism. It's not me hating. It's not me hating to hate. It's not me being a contrarian. It's not me doing something just to do it, just to be different, just to be opposite. Know that it's coming from a good place. It's coming from a good place. It's coming from a good place. Because I don't say things just to say things. I don't do things just to do things. I don't go along to get along just for the simple fact it is the path of least resistance. No, 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 no. That ain't it. It ain't me. And yes, I meant to say ain't to make sure you know I am serious. And I got my serious face on. My serious face. That will be the only, I guess, flip side of the advice for you. But for me, I don't care. For me, I do not care because it's just all about getting the ideas. It's all about getting the advice. It's all about being able to look at something from a different perspective, a different angle, and the outside in, outside the box, however you want to categorize it. Can't even talk. I cannot even talk. That should let you know how serious this is. That should let you know how serious this is. And I appreciate advice. I appreciate advice, whether it's free, whether it's paid. Hopefully it's free. Hopefully it's free.